Okay, sometimes we might want to create either a digital notebook or another set of slides that our students can contribute to so that all of us are collaborating together within the same space. If we're going to do that, one of the things that we often worry about is that students will edit a slide and they will leave an awful lot of good thinking and work there, and then another student or editor will come along inside of that same shared slide deck and they will erase their work. What I want to demonstrate for you today is how to create and collaborate inside of the same shared slide deck without having other editors overwrite or erase the hard work that other students have done. If you take a look at my example, I'm sharing a class challenge with you. I've asked my students to find a visual metaphor that reflects their COVID experience and to explain why they chose it. This is for an 8th grade English class, and we're diving into creative writing and thinking a little bit and learning a little bit about how metaphors work. So this is their challenge, and I've given them some directions on our shared slide deck. I'm asking them to create a separate Google slide deck of their very own in a separate tab. Each student will start their own, and I want them to design a single slide that expresses their response to that question, that prompt. I'm inviting them to include audio or video or visuals, but I also want them to include a bit of print that explains the intention behind their work. What are they sharing and why are they sharing it? They're going to do that in their own separate slide deck and then download it as a PNG image and save it where they can easily find it if they need to go back to it again. Then they're going to return to this slide deck and insert their image on a slide that is assigned to them. At the very bottom of this document, you can see that every single student in the class has their own slide, including me. And that's important because I find that if I can share examples first, it's really helpful for the kids who are going to be designing after me. So let's take a look at what it looks like when we open up a set of slides in a separate tab. These are mine, they're not shared with the class, and what I've done is I've decided to work with an image. The image of this tree is a metaphor for my COVID experience, because while I often feel a bit lonely right now and my personal and professional life has been disrupted like so many people, I also feel that I'm growing new roots and I have a few good friends around me and the sun is over there and it's going to be okay. This is my answer to that prompt. I found this photo by going to Insert, Image, and I just searched the web for the word tree. And then I clicked on the image that I wanted and I inserted it in my slide. I could also choose to insert audio, video, and a variety of other media if I'm interested in doing that. That would require me to either upload it from Google Drive, or I can connect to YouTube or drop a video that has a URL into this space and it'll embed right in the slide. I can also insert an audio file from my drive, my shared drive, other audio files that have been shared with me. I could click on that, select it, and it'll drop right into my space. And I can decide how I want to format it as well. It's right here. I can change the size of that audio file if I choose to, and I can also delete it. Once I've created my response and I'm satisfied with it, I'm going to save it. I'm going to download it as a PNG image. And then I'm going to come back over to my interactive notebook and I'm going to go to slide 2, which is the slide that's been assigned to me. I'm going to change the background because or the layout. And I'm going to make it blank, so that I don't have to cut all of those different elements. And I'm going to insert an image. I'm going to look on my computer and there it is. Now the beautiful thing about setting up an interactive notebook in this way is that as students populate each of these slides, they can look at one another's work and they can also comment on it. What you need to make sure that you do is that you adjust your share settings. So I'm going to change the link here to anyone who has the extension of the school that I'm working with. And I'm also going to give them editing rights. They'll be able to look at things that other writers have created, and they'll be able as well let's see if I can find it, to insert comments right here. So if I'm looking at someone else's work and I want to leave a comment, I appreciate this image and your metaphor resonates with me as well. I can leave this comment here and go on to look at other colleagues' work, students' work, and leave comments for them as well. The other beautiful thing about setting up a template like this is that if you choose, you can recycle this slide deck over and over again, and change your prompts, and students can clear their slides. If they've held on to all of those images, that's beautiful. You can also file and make a copy of this slide deck, the entire presentation, and save it so that you keep this copy, but you create a new one without having to reinvent the wheel for yourself over and over and over again. And students get really comfortable with their slide number, and they know where to leave their work. If you're interested in learning more about how to use Google Slides to create collaborative notebooks and to even be able to impose movable text on top of images that are static, I have another video that you can check out about that.